starting with his education. He graduated from the University of Santo Tomas in his bachelor's degree. He got a degree in Electronics and Communications Engineering. So dito yung mga engineering students. Yan. Okay. Ang dami. Yan. Also, he had his master's degree at the Philippine Christian University. He had master's in business administration, who are now taking up their master's degrees. Nice one. Yan. Meron na ba nakakompleto dito? Yan. Kasi dalawang master's degree meron ang speaker natin. He also had master's degree in information management at the Asia Pacific College. Yan. He is an IBM, TESDA, and Sun Certified Professional for Database and Java Technology. An IBM ACE Certified Instructor, an Information Technology Consultant, developer, and a team leader with extensive hands-on technical experience, including project management, software training, and development. His latest training and seminar are Software Best Practices by Information Technology Metrics and Productivity Institute at Makati Shangri-La, Makati City, and the Nokia QT Workshop, Symbian Device at iAcademy, Ayala, Makati City. Indeed, a combination of both knowledge in applications and gadgets, refined by education, work experience, and professional ethics. Brothers and sisters, titos and titas, friends in Christ, let's all welcome Mr. Noel Anonas. Okay po, sige po.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone. Okay, welcome to the Apps and Gadgets session. My name is Noel Anonas, an IT faculty in Asia Pacific College. So in this session, we will talk about how wireless devices can be incorporated for church activities. Also a demo for building a basic application so you could jumpstart in creating a mobile apps. Now, before I proceed, may I know if there's anyone who has no cell phone here? Okay, meron, no? What about more than one cell phones? Okay, so, okay. Now, as a developer, no, you have a very large target customers if you're a mobile developers, no? So, some of us has more than one cell phone, no? So, right now, I have iPhone, BlackBerry, Android device, S40 device. These are all for testing for my development. Okay. Now, for today's agenda, I will discuss about the current trends and news about mobile apps and technology. Next is some tips and requirements in building the mobile apps. And lastly, I will demonstrate how to start and build a basic Android application. Okay, according to the news from Inquirer Online, last June 20 only, the Asia Pacific countries like Singapore, South Korea, and even the Philippines are using more on mobile devices like smartphones and tablets to access the internet, from gaming to social media, rather than using PCs. Okay? So there's now a pattern where the mobile devices will replace the personal computer to work, for work and play. Also, based on the news from some website, like in InfoWorld site, the economy of building mobile application or apps create a huge job opportunities for mobile developers. The demand for iPad, Android, and iPhone apps has created hundreds of thousands of jobs for mobile developers. So it means that if you started to build any mobile apps, you have a greater opportunity to get the job quickly in a big industry. Now, the battle between mobile platforms to reign at the top are also discussed in the tech world. And it's clear that the mobile vendors are eager to do their best to be at the top. So, ilan ba sa atin ngayon may Android devices? Okay, so currently, di ba yung mga Android devices natin are gingerbread version, no? Tama ba? 2.3? Okay, so now, in the market, may bagong version doon, which is a sandwich. And now, Android created a new version, no? So this is what we call the Jelly Bean, no? Which is a version 4.1. Okay, so do you have any idea who will win this war in next year? Yung Windows 8 ba? Or iOS 6? Or the Android device, which is Android version 4.1? Now, it depends, no? To the preference of mobile users. And also it depends on the choice of programming platform by the developers. So for example, if you are going to concentrate on a Windows Phone development, then you have to learn about the programming language like VB.NET and C#. Okay, so you have also to learn the Silverlight and XNA. Now for the iOS, for the iPhone or iPad development, you have to learn about the Objective-C because this is the programming language used for iPhone and iPad. For the BlackBerry and Nokia S40, Java is used for development. And for Android, the programming platform here is Java also. Okay, so this year, more mobile competition held and to be held. Actually, I already got several prizes in several mobile competition. So last month, I won a prize because I joined the Inter-School Java competition sponsored by Nokia. Okay, so and also I also joined a Windows Phone challenge. No? So I got some devices like maliit lang naman, isa C3. The other devices are Nokia 500. For the Windows Phone challenge, I got Lumia, Windows Lumia 710. For the Android, no, there's an upcoming Android competition. Have you heard about the KFC Youth Challenge? Narinig niyo na ba yung YIC, Youth Innovation Challenge? Okay, so right now kasi the registration is ongoing. So this is also an inter-school competition challenge. No? So if you want to join, so you just register online to the KFC website. Now, also, there's also an upcoming mobile competition to be held in our school, no, in Asia Pacific College. So this competition is called Nokia S40 Full Touch Hackathon. So it's a 3-day contest wherein you're going to stay there. Okay, so and there are a lot of prizes to be given also. So as you can see, no, there's a lot of competition. So if I were you, or if you're planning to take a mobile challenge, you should start learning and practicing mobile development. Okay, let's talk about the things you need before building the application for your church activities, the requirement. Okay, so first, think about a goal. So think about an innovative solutions not only to church community, but also to your local community using mobile communication. Because using your mobile device, you can create your own application, okay? And create a mobile solutions that offer a real-world solutions with the use of mobile features like smartphone in order to help the community or improve their lives. Now, second thing to see about the requirement is choosing a category. For the, here we have category for education, humanitarian relief, job opportunities, entertainment, or multimedia. So for example, for the education, you may create a Bible application perhaps, no? Or a Bible quotes or verses. No? For the humanitarian relief, you may create a blood donation application. Okay? And lastly, you have also to consider about the mobile app platform and devices. So here you're going to ask yourself, what is your target device for this app to be built? Are you going to use an S40 device, a Java Mobile Edition phone, or a Windows phone, or an iPhone, or iPad, or an Android phone? So pick your target platform. Okay, so let us say you already decided to use Android, no? Okay, so the Android platform. So when you choose the Android platform, it means that you are going to apply Java, no? And also an XML. Okay, because the prerequisite here is the knowledge in Java and XML. So Java for code programming and XML for user interface design. Now, the tools needed, these are the Java SDK Standard Edition 1.6, which can be downloaded from this site, from Sun Microsystems site or from Oracle site. And another one, you need an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So here, you can download the Eclipse IDE tool from the eclipse.org. Okay. There are several flavors or versions for this Eclipse. Now, for the Android, I suggest that you download the lower version, which is the Android Helios, because this is a stable version for Android. Now, another thing that you need to download is the Android SDK. So SDK stands for Software Development Kit. So you can download this to the developer.android.com. And the last thing to be downloaded is the Eclipse plugin. So you need this ADT, or what we call the Android Development Tools, to be plugged in your Eclipse, because this ADT serves as an emulator for your Android device. Okay, so some of you already have a laptop, no? So did you install already the required tools? Napagana nyo na ba yung Eclipse nyo or Android? Meron ba napagana? Okay, so meron, no? Okay, now, once all the software and tools are properly installed in your laptop, you can now open the Eclipse, no? Then, after you open the Eclipse, you go directly to the Workbench. Okay. Now, second step is you're going to create the Android virtual device. So to create that one, you open the ABD Manager from Windows menu, then click the New button to create this device. Now, this device emulates the real Android device. It is also known as Android emulator. So instead of, let's say you don't have an real Android device as of now, you can still develop an Android application by using this emulator. In this picture, this is an example of Android emulator. You can test your Android application by using this emulator, even without having an Android phone. Okay? So once the ABD device has been created, you may start building your Android application. Okay? Now, let's say you will create a basic Android application, something like this. Okay. So first, we have a main menu wherein there are 4 functions. One is about me. Second function is about my drawing. Third, date and time for the exit function. Now, when you click the About Me, it will open another form or other page that will display some of the components in Android. And when you click the My Drawing, it will open an image to another form. Now, if you click the date and time, it will display the date and time features. And when you click the exit, it will close the program. Sorry. Okay, so let us use the Eclipse. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can build an Android application. Okay, so this is what we call the Eclipse workbench, wherein the workbench consists of menu, toolbars, and view. The center is what we call the editor. Okay. Now, before you start building your Android application, you have to create first an Android virtual device, and after that, you have to run this ABD. Okay. Now, before you create your Android, make sure that the Android SDK and the Android device tool has been installed properly. So to check that, you can click the window, and you can see here there are 2 items. There are 2 additional items, the Android SDK Manager and the ABD Manager, once it was properly installed. Okay, so to create an ABD, you just click the ABD Manager. So here, you're going to click the New button, and you specify, let's say, ABD name. So for example, G1, then select the proper target. Now, in a mobile market, there are several Android version. Okay, so marami yan, di ba? We have Froyo, Cupcake, Gingerbread, okay, Honeycomb, Jelly Bean, etc. No? So you have to determine what particular target device that you're going to build. Okay, so let's say we are going to build yung pinaka-common na cellphone, na Android cellphone, which is yung Gingerbread. No? The Gingerbread is or has a version 2.3.3, and it has an API level 10. So to select that, just look for the API 10, Android 2.3.3. Okay. For the SD card, the default size can be 1024. You can type 1024. For better performance of loading your application to the emulator, just click the Enable checkbox under Snapshot. And just select this default for the resolution for the emulator, which is WVGA 800. Okay, and then after that, then you just click the Create button. So once created, you have to run it first. No? So before you build the Android. So to run, you just click the Start button. Okay? So pag nag-run na yan, so ito na yung i-display niya. No? Yung what we call the AVD or Android Virtual Device or also known as Android Emulator. So it acts as a real cell phone. No? Meron siyang call, meron siyang para menu. Okay? So you can set this configuration. Okay, so yan yung emulator. Now going back, after you run the ABD, you may now create what we call the Android project. So that is the first thing to do pag mag-build kayo ng application. You have to create first the Android project. To create that, okay, so you just click this downward arrow do sa icon and then select the Android project. Okay, so for the project name, let's say we are going to create a project name My First App. Then you just click Next. Okay, so for this dialog box, choose the target platform that will match to the AVD that you run. No? So which is Android 2.3.3. Then click the Next button. Okay, for every Android project, you should create a package name. So let's say the package name is pkg.app. Then after this, just click the Finish button. O, ganun lang kasimple, no? Paggawa ng Android project. So ito na yung My First App. Okay. So ganun din, no? Although meron siyang prerequisite na Java knowledge and XML, pero if you're going to build lang na user interface design, so kahit alamin mo lang kung paano nagawa yung code, no? Because when you create the Android project, it will automatically create an application code for you. Okay, so ano yan? So by opening this My First App, by expanding this folder, you will see here what we call the SRC folder. So when you open this SRC folder, okay, nandito yung ginawa niya, no? Automatic na ginawa ni Eclipse. Yung My First App Activity.java. So this is the application, the Android application. Ito yung tinatawag na when you run your Android app. Okay. Now, the programming logic is separate from view logic, meaning meron siyang pang-design na nakaseparate dun sa Java program mo. Okay. So dito, nakikita nyo dito, wala dito yung code for implementing the mga components like button, like text box, or text field. Okay. So, saan yon? Meron din siyang na-generate automatically for the first this first user interface to be displayed. So it's under the rest folder, and there's a folder name layout. Okay. Sa layout, meron siyang tinatawag na main.xml. So ito yung sinasabi kanina na XML. Okay. By the way, XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is similar to HTML. So familiar kayo sa HTML, di ba? Okay. So para ganun din, no? XML is using tag. Okay. So parehong-pareho yan sa HTML. Ang pinakaiba, HTML is used for display formatting. Okay. So dito, and also HTML has mga built-in tags, no? Pero in XML, ano yan, mga data. Okay, so the main.xml is used for user interface for your application. So when you double-click this one, okay, ito yung main.xml, wherein there are two tabs. One is the graphical layout, and the second one is the source code. No? So dito sa source code, ito yung sinasabi ko na parang HTML. May mga tags. No? Okay? Okay, now, here, you can, okay, you may already run this application. Dahil si Eclipse, gumawa na siya ng user interface na magdi-display ng hello world, my first app activity. Okay. So to run this, okay, so you just highlight the my first app and then click this downward arrow behind the play button, then run as Android application. And then you go to the AVD or the emulator to check the output. Okay, so this is the output of my Android application. So kahit wala pa akong ginagawa, meron na siyang output. Okay? Diba? Wala pa naman akong kinocode. Nag-create lang ako ng Android project. So meron na akong na-display. So you can also download this to your real device if you want. No? Diba ang format lang ng Android is Android.apk, no? Yung .apk na file format. So pwede nyo na i-download yan sa device. So, pero siyempre, you want to change this message. No? So madali lang mag-change ng message in Android apps. So paano yan? So for example, here, meron siyang dito, no? So yung tinatawag na title bar, meron siyang my first app, and meron tayong text view ng it contains hello world, comma, my first app activity. So to change this message, all you have to do is you just go to rest folder, then go to values, wherein there's a strings.xml, XML ulit, sa loob ng values. So when you double-click that one, okay, so ganun din, meron siyang two tabs sa baba, resources and strings. So better to use this yung source code kasi nandito yung ni-display niya. So for example, instead of hello world, my first activity, you can change this to your own text. No? So for example, hello world, novel. Okay? And you can change the application name. Let's say my first application. Then save this. So to check it again, you just click the my first app because you already run it, and then check the emulator. Okay? So madali lang, no, na palitan. Now what about if you want to add mga another message aside from this my first application, hello world novel, or another component like button, text field, text area. So madali lang din because since we have a visual editor for our layout, okay, So at the left, we have what we call the palette view, where you can drag and drop the component going to the layout design. No? So for example, if I'm going to add another message, and I want to put a text view, this one, okay, to below my Hello World novel, all you have to do is you just drag it and drop it there. Okay? If I want to add a button, just drag it, then drop. Now, if I want to add an image, you just click this one, okay? Click the image view, then drop to the layout, and it will ask an image. No? So, for example, the IC launcher, this is already included in the Android project. They click OK, so it will add an image. So that's kasimple lang, no? Madali lang mag-create ng mga layout, no, in Android. Now, let's say we are going to create yung kanina nakita natin, yung merong mga button na about me, my drawing, date and time, and exit. So to do that, okay. So let's say we are going to add a label main menu. So to add that, just drag and drop the text view. Okay. Now to change this property, the label of the text view, okay, you have to open the properties view. So to open it, you select Window, Show View, then there's a Properties view. Okay. Okay. So ito yung Properties view. Okay. There are several properties wherein you have to look for the text in order to change the text or the label of these components. So here is the text property. Ang default value is text view. So let's say we are going to change this to main menu. Okay? Then after that, we are going to add the button. We have 4 buttons here. Okay, we can stretch this button by selecting all of these. Then there's an icon here, no, toggle fill width, to stretch it out. Okay. Now to change the label, the same procedure. You go to the properties and look for the text. Okay, so first is about me. Second is my drawing. Third is date and time. And lastly, the exit. Okay, so to check this to emulator, so let us run this again in my first app. Okay, so here you have now a main menu that is clickable. Okay, so we have 4 buttons. Now, next step is we are going to create another layout that when you click this, it will change the layout and it will display a new set of components. So, in Android, to create a new layout, all you have to do is you just go to REST layout wherein uh, the main.xml resides. Okay, and then you just right-click the layout folder, then select new Android XML file. Okay, so for example here, the file name for the XML is about me. Okay, so let us create all these layouts. So new Android XML file, my drawing, finish, and date, time. That's it, no? So we have now additional 3 XML files: about me, date, time, and my drawing. Okay, so for about me, this one, we are going to add another text view, for example. So here, username, then for edit text, we have here a text field, another category named text field. You may choose one of these. So let's say I'm going to choose the first name, last name, edit text field. So put that one here. Okay. For the, let's say if you want to add, let's say, checkbox, so you may add checkbox. Sorry. This one, no? The radio button, set up radio button, and a checkbox. Okay. And then lastly, we are going to add a back button. Okay. So we will change the button label to back. So the same procedure. Now, if you want to change the label, you just go to the properties and then look for the text property. So in property view, then look for the text property. Okay? So for example, ito yung laman niya. Okay, so next is we are going to add an image. So to add an image, so let's say you have a picture or image that you want to incorporate to your application. So let's say I'm going to use the Paintbrush. Okay, so in Paintbrush naman, built-in yan sa Windows. No need to install a graphic program, graphic image program or tool. So here, just go, run the MS Paint. Okay, so I'm going to resize this to, let's say, 240 by 320. Okay, so I will use yung mga shapes in a paintbrush. So for example, circle, square, triangle, star. Okay, and then going to fill the shapes. And save it. So let's say going to save this as drawing.png. So I'm going to save this to Drive C. After you save your image, you can now import this image to your Android project. So to import it, you just go to the rest folder, and you'll see there are drawable folders. No? So the drawable has different level, no? Yung HDPI, the MDPI, LDPI, and XSDPI. So these are the level of density of the graphics. LDPI means low density, and HDPI means high density, meaning if you want to add a lower resolution or small size graphic, then you may put that in LDPI. Because in Android, it will automatically select the appropriate DPI for the target device. So kung ang device mo accepts a higher density API, then it will select the correct image. But if you only have one image, then you may select one of these. No? So for example, I'm going to select the LDPI. So to import, okay, right now LDPI has an IC launcher.png. So automatic included yan in your Android project. So to add more, you just right-click this folder and then click import. So there's an import command. Then in the import dialog box, select the general folder and select the file system. In the file system, okay, it asks about the directory, no? Where your image resides. So you just click the browse and then look for, let's say, drive C. I put my image to drive C. Okay, and then select the image that you created. So I created the drawing.png. So check the checkbox. Then after that, just click the finish button. So this is now my drawing.png. Okay, so after this, you may add an image view to the newly created my drawing.xml layout. So to do that, just look for the images and media folder under the palette view, and then drag and drop the image view. And after this, it will ask the image. No? So yung in-import natin drawing nandito na, so you just click the drawing and then click OK. So that's it. No? So it added now the image that we created in one of our layout. Now to add another component, which is a back button. Okay, so you just click the Forms widget, and then click the button. Okay, so again, to change the label for the button, just go to Properties and then look for the text property. Okay, change to back. And finally, we are going to add a component to the date time. So date time, madali lang yan. All you have to do is you just go to time and date folder and then just drag the time component and the date component. That's it, no? And another button, this is a back button. Okay. Then change this label. Okay. Now, how do you connect those layout to your main menu? So yun yung question, no? Kasi parang kailangan mo na yung programming dito, no? Actually, just small code to run this, to display those layout, no? So, here, para mag-connect yan, going back to the main.xml, wherein it displays all the functions to display those layout. Okay. Okay, so let's say about me button. Okay, so sa about me button, in order to respond to the click event, you have to assign parang some kind of code to display the other layout. So to do that, there's a property named onClick. So look for the onClick property. This one, no? The onClick. So sa onClick, you have to assign a value for this. So this assigned value is a method to be called in your activity, Android activity. So let's say we are going to assign about me click. So this is the name of the method to be called once your about me has been clicked. Okay. So the same with other function like my drawing. So sa my drawing, let's say I'm going to add a value named my drawing. For the date and time, date and time click. Okay, so going back to my drawing click. About me click and let's say exit click. Okay, so you assign a value to the onClick property, no? For each button. Okay, now to use those value, no, that you assign to the onClick property, just open the src folder, then double-click the my first activity.java. So, yung mga values na nilagay nyo ron is equivalent to a method. So, for example, here, you are going to add public void. For example, for the about me, you type about me, click, then open parentheses, then view, where view is under Android.view, and v. No? Then open, close curly bracket. Okay. So here, let's say, if you want to know if it will respond to the click event, you may use the toast object. So the toast object is used to display a message on your Android, para message box, no? Okay, so to use that, we have toast.make text. Then the argument is this for the context. The text is you clicked the About Me button. Okay, the last argument is asking about the duration of your message box. So let's say we are going to use the short duration by using the toast.length short. Then finally, we are going to add the show method in order to display this message box. Okay. So, let's try, no? Kung magra-run ngayon. Okay, so when I click my first app, and then open again the emulator. Okay, right now, in my drawing, okay, nag-error yan, no? Kasi I did not add a method, no, for this function. So mag-error yan. So going back, I need to run it again. So ano lang nilagyan ko? Ang nilagyan ko yung about me. Tama? Yung about me click. Yung about me click. Okay. Okay, so when I click the about me, yan, you click the, nakita niyan, yung message. When I click the about me, you click the about me button. Okay, yun yung sinasabi kong message box na meron lang short duration to display this message once you click the about me. Okay, ang purpose ng about me button is to display the other layout, no? Yung about me layout. Okay, so to do that, okay, merong code na si Android dito to display the main menu layout. And this code is what we call the set content view, r.layout.main. All you have to do is you just copy this one, then put this inside the about me click, and then change the r.layout.main to r.layout. Okay, when you click the dot, it will give you a context menu to choose. No? So for example, we are going to choose the about me. So about me referring to the about me layout. Okay? Okay, after that, test natin ulit yung application. Okay, so now when I click the about me, okay, so nag-change na yung layout. No? So pwede na ako mag-type, pwede na ako mag-select ng radio button, and I can click now a checkbox. But right now, when I click the back, I cannot back to my original layout, no? The main menu layout. Okay. So kailangan lagyan ko rin yan ng value to the on-click property. Okay. So, ganun din. So, once na you created this method for the click event, okay, gagawin mo na lang is copy mo na lang to for the other functions. So, for example, this one, paste, paste, paste. Okay. Okay. So, for example, for the my drawing, you just change this to my drawing click method. You click the my drawing button. For the date and time, you click the date and time button. Okay, for the exit click, there's a built-in method to exit the application. Okay, so you are going to remove the set content. Instead, okay, replace it to finish method. Finish method is used to exit your application. Okay. Okay. Now, paano yung pagbalik? Now, kung for example, when you click the About Me, it will display the About Me page. Okay, and you want to go back to the main page, so meron naman tayong back button, but it does not function. No? So, para mag-function yan, then you have to click the back button again. Okay, and look for the on-click property under the properties view. Okay, so let's say the value for the on-click for the back button is back click. Okay, so lahat yung back click na rin gawin natin for the other layout. So sa my drawing, back click and dun sa date time. Okay, so going back to the activity code, okay, since all back button has the same value, which is backclick, so isa lang yung gagawin mong method for that. No? So here we have, you may copy this one, yung about me, paste it, change this to backclick. Okay, you click the back button and change this to r.layout.main to go back to the main layout. Okay, so try natin ulit. So my first app, okay, when I click the About Me, okay, it will display the About Me page. Then when I click back, it will go back to the main menu. When I click my drawing, okay, hindi ko palang change yung for the drawing. No? Okay, going back here, for my drawing, instead of About Me, type that, then my drawing. For the date time, instead of About Me, type that, date time. Okay, so test it again. So my first app. Okay, About Me, back, my drawing. So this is the drawing. You click my drawing button, you click back, going back to the main menu, date and time, oops. Okay. So there's a problem with the, when I click the date time. Why? Because, okay, so sometimes you type the wrong method name, so you have to verify it again. So going back to the main.xml, look for the date and time, then check the properties for the on-click. Okay, meron siyang date and time. So change it to date time kasi date time lang yung nilagay natin. So date time, no? So yan, no? So pag hindi nag-match yung value dito sa on-click property at saka dun sa method that you created inside the activity, it will display an error. Okay. So test it again kung okay na. Okay, so ito yung my drawing. You click back, and this is the date and time. So, right now, no, nakita nyo, current time yung di-display and the current date. Okay? You can change that, no, by using the plus and minus sign. Going back. You click the back. Now, to exit this application, just click the exit button, and it will close the application. Okay, so madali ba? Actually, kailangan nyo ng practice, no? Kailangan ma-practice nyo yan. And there are a lot of video tutorial in YouTube. Di ba kanina may YouTube kayong okay, so maraming Android tutorial do sa YouTube. So you may start downloading to learn the Android programming, no? So pero yung pinakita ko sa inyo parang ano yan, shortest way of creating a user interface design with response event, no? Yung action event. Okay? Pero if you want to create more advanced features, like when you click that one, it will save to the database, or it will, let's say, send this value to the other network or to other site. Okay, so kailangan talaga, you have to start at the basic muna. No? So you have to learn first yung foundation. No? So first, yung Java. Kasi here, if you want to do that, advanced features, kailangan strong yung foundation mo in Java. Okay, Java is a very large area. No? Meron tayong tinatawag na core Java, the enterprise Java, and the mobile edition Java. All you need is the Java Standard Edition or the core Java. Okay, so yun yung kailangan nyo. And another thing to know is the XML. Okay, kasi ang XML is used for user interface layout design. Okay, so nagawa na natin to. Okay, and now to the students and the developers here, okay, there are more challenges out there, no? So, and there are greater opportunity when you learn and practice in building mobile application, not only for Android, no? Kasi hindi lang naman ang Android platform in the market. Okay, marami yan. Like for example, the S40 Nokia Java. Okay, so right now, Nokia company medyo yung market nila, and a lot of challenges and competition ginagawa ng Nokia, and even yung ibang company, no? Like for example, in Samsung. As you can see, in Samsung, parang number 1 na ata in the cell phone device, which is an Android also, no? So, yeah, so learn as many mobile platform as you can, no? And create mobile application as many as you can, and I guarantee you, you have a very bright future. Okay? Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you po. Thank you, Sir Noel. And just like what we did a while ago, those who are interested in asking questions, you may approach me. Sige. State your name and where you came from.
Sir, good afternoon. I'm Kevin from ECY, National Secretariat for Youth Apostolate. Magtatanong po sana ako, sir, kasi right now we're trying to create an application, Android application, which is a colorblind application. But we're having trouble, sir, with the exit button using the return button of the device.
Okay.
For but we have the back button na sa application. Yung problema lang po namin is pag clinic po namin yung return button ng device mismo. Parang gagawin niya is magba-back lang po. So lahat ng dinaanan mong pages, babalik siya doon. Bago mo balik hindi siya magre-return sa homepage.
Yung return, yung button na nilagay mo sa...
Ay, hindi po. Yung button mismo
hard,
sa device.
Yung
yes,
hard key.
Yes po.
Hardware key niya. Well, I think there's a code for that. If you click the return, yung hard key return button, magtatanong yan kung pwede mong gawin mong ganun. Yung it will ask if you're going to exit the application, or if you want to go back to the previous design. No? Meron yan, pero nakalimutan ko yung, yung code. Pero if you want, you may email me. And dito. Okay. You may email me at nanonas@yahoo.com. Okay, so pag nakita ko yun, then i-send ko sa iyo yung code.
Sige po. Thank you po.
Thank you. Others po? Yes po. Kindly approach the microphone po.
Sir, good evening.
Yes.
I'm Richard Zabala from ACY Manila.
Hi, Richard.
My question is this. See, I'm planning to make an application which is a online book. Parang katulad na rin po ng mga parang Bible na rin.
Mhm, mhm.
What is the good software? Is it XML DTD or same with the Android application?
What do you mean? Yung
Ano po ba yung maganda? Kasi meron silang sinasuggest na parang XML DTD para sa online publishing
mhm.
na parang pwede mo i-integrate sa mobile.
Okay.
Ano po ba yung mas maganda? Yung Android na tinuro nyo ngayon na Eclipse or yung isang sinasabi nilang DTD?
I'm not familiar with the DDT.
More on XML din po kasi yung
More on
interface na.
XML. Okay. So kasi right now, most of the Android developers are using the Eclipse. Okay. Now, if you want to integrate yung site to your Android device, okay, meron tayong API for that, yung network API, wherein meron kayong internet permission that you have to enable it. Tapos, you have to know also how to connect to that site, no? Kasi meron tinatawag ding mga web service API na using mga tinatawag na SOAP protocol and etc. Pero you can use yung ordinary mga HTML or yung automatic generated na tag in your servlet. You have to know lang how to access that information from the site going to Android or vice versa, no? So, pwede yun. So, yung question mo is about kung ano mas maganda. Of course, yung Eclipse pa rin. Yung ginagamit natin ngayon. Kasi more vendors supporting this tool, the better. Kasi kung may mga gusto pang i-add, madali mag-add, madali mag-plug in. Hindi kagaya nung sinabi mo, parang hindi ako familiar. So,
Kasi po
hanggang
ano
doon.
siya, mostly sa mga corporate po kasi, ang pinapractice nila is DTD. Ang iniisip, DTD. XML din po kasi ang interface nun. More on online, perfect siya para sa mga online publishing. Kumbaga kasi po, di ba, church kami, more on mag-share kami ng mga ideas, mag-share kami ng mga information and facts with regards to church teachings. So more on, kumbaga ang application na pwede namin gawin is more on online publishing. So iniisip ko po kasi kung i-integrate ko yung parang website style kasi yun, na parang online book, instead of using printed one, gagamit
Yung
kami
sa
ng
cellphone na lang, o kaya
ng
tablet.
XML, XML. So inisip ko lang kung paano siya i-integrate doon sa mobile.
Okay. Pwede yun. Yung sinasabi mong site na nagsasend ng information to the Android device with the use of XML, okay yun, no? Because XML is used as a universal data, no? Instead of mga database, mas maganda yung XML. So there are several, no? Several logic that you can apply in reading or writing this XML, no? So pwede yan, yung sinasabi mo. Actually, meron akong ginawa na mobile apps, pero nanalo na to, no? Yung kaninang pinakita ko, yung sinali ko siya sa inter-school extreme Java competition. Pero ang gamit ko naman dito is S40 Java platform ni Nokia na wherein yung application na ginawa ko parang siyang mock exam. Pero yung mock exam na yon, yung content, yung laman yung exam coming from Moodle. Familiar ka sa Moodle? So yung Moodle na yon, website din siya. Actually PHP yan eh. Hindi siya Java, PHP. Pero it can generate an XML. So yung generate niya XML, yun yung ginagamit ngayon ng application ko. So pwede yon. Actually, meron siya mga ganong code na pwede mong gamitin yung XML.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you po. Others po? O sige, bawi ka.
Hello, good afternoon po. Ako po si Ivy from the Diocese of Antipolo. Ngayon ko lang po nalaman actually talaga na pwede pala gumawa ng application or ng Android app. Ang question ko lang po, since I'm really new about this information, para po ba siyang website na may bayad? Or di ba kasi meron pong mga application na you get to be paid or do you need to pay or meron po bang money involved sa paggawa po ng mga ganitong applications?
Okay, good question. No? Actually, as a developer, no, for Android platform, yung kaninang nakita yung link, yung mga kailangan, yung mga requirements to build an Android application, all of these are open source, meaning walang bayad. You can download it for free. Yung Eclipse, free yun. Yung Android SDK na gawa ng Google, free din yun. Ang maganda rito, ikaw yung babayaran once you created an application. Okay? So, pwedeng ikaw yung kumita. Okay? Kagaya nung ginawa namin, nagkaroon na kami ng competition. Marami ng competition nangyari this year eh. Ngayon, parang ano ngayon eh, ang trend talaga mobile. Na gagawa lang kami ng application, once na-publish in the market, okay, na-publish yan, hindi lang ang sa Philippines makikita yung application mo. Pwedeng lahat yan makikita yan sa buong mundo. Sa Korea, sa US, sa UK. Siyempre sikat ka pa dahil nandun yung pangalan mo, no? Nandun yung paano mo ginawa with your name. So, tapos at the same time, pwede ka pa kumita. Merong different option to earn for your application. Meron tiyatawag na in-app purchasing and in-app advertising. Okay. And marami na rin yumaman na developer. Kasi nagsimula sila sa ganon na free lang. Una, free lang yung application. Then later, to get more feature for this application, okay, meron na yung pag-click mo, may bayad na. Siguro na papansin nyo sa mga cellphone nyo, may mga limited na application kayong na-try, no? Pero if you want to use more features for this application, magbabayad ka na doon sa Globe or Smart, no? So, yun yun. Pag once na-click mo yun, okay, so automatic ang Globe, i-deduct yan doon sa bill mo. And yung dineduct sa'yo, merong kang share doon, no? As a developer. Okay, so yun ang mapupunta sa iyo. Kaya nga dito, kahit na student ka lang, okay, and you have a bright idea to build this application, okay, and this bright idea can be transformed to an earnings, no? So pwede kang kumita rito. Okay, so tama ba na? So ayan, no? Again, Android, walang bayad yan. Ang may bayad lang pala dito, yung pagpapublish. Pagpapublish mo ng ano. Pero maliit lang na fee yun. Compared doon sa kikitain mo once na na binili. Kasi hindi lang naman bibilin sa Pilipinas lang yan. Kung yung application mo can be used by other countries, then pwedeng magbayad yung mga ibang tao sa ibang country, no? So, yun yung I suggest na pag meron kayong application na sa tingin nyo kikita yan, okay? So, gawan nyo ng magandang design at magandang option na makipag-negotiate kayo dun sa telecoms natin or pwede dun sa publishing site mismo, no? So, yun yung actually yung mga application na ginawa ko rin, mga free yon. Pero meron na ako naisip para kumita. So, siguro mga after a month or after 2 months. Kasi ngayon ko lang na-realize na, ito palang mga application na to, pwede talaga akong mag-earn marami kong pwedeng ma-earn for this application na pwede kang kumita kahit na hindi mo na ginagalaw yung application doon sa site, no? So, yun yung maganda ron, no? na yun, talagang kikita kapag maganda yung application mo. Okay.
Yan. Indeed, a very bright future for software enthusiasts. Sige po. Kita ko po talaga ito. Nagpa-participate po talaga ito eh.
Sir, I am James Matthew Wong.
Yes.
I was the one who sent you a message.
yes,
I'm a student of APC also.
Yes, APC.
I'm from the Diocese of Antipolo, Social Communications. I would just like to ask kung meron po bang provision ng Android when in terms of database management, or ano lang po talaga siya? It's an app, parang app lang siya with no further backup such as yun nga database.
Okay. For the Android, the database support here is SQLite. No? So, meron siyang built-in database na pwede mong gamitin as your storage sa Android. Pero usually, pag malaki yung mga data mo, di-discourage to insert all those data to your Android device kasi baka mag-hang na yung device mo. Or it will not allow you yung device mo to store so many data, no? So instead you may use the database at your website, no, as your parang alternative for your data, no? So for example, kanina yung nag-question about yung gumagawa siya ng books, no, na yung mga books na yan naka-store yan sa ibang site, and later if you want to get some of information from that site, so pwede yan using XML. Okay. So, pero right now, ang built-in database niya is what we call SQLite.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sige po.
Hello, I'm Hector of Diocese of Antipolo. Based on the database, if it is only SQLite, possible ba na ipapasa na lang yung variables from a ipapasa na lang yung variable from, kasi I'm developing an ERP system through mobile, but has a back-end and a hosted site.
Okay.
Possible na yung variables na lang, ipapasa na lang to a certain page, tapos yung certain page na yun sa isang hosting site, yun na yung magko-convert to a database.
Pwede yan. Possible yan.
Through Android app mismo.
Pwede yan. Ginawa na namin yan. Mga students namin gumagawa ng gano'n na meron siyang database sa Android and then merong siyang database dun sa kabilang site. So, pwede siya mag-pass ng data going to the site or vice versa. Pwede yan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hector. Talk about IT jargons.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Darren from Radio Veritas.
Okay.
Tanong ko lang po kasi, I'm planning to create a application, online application, na kung saan Kasi po may live streaming kami, video streaming sa radio station namin. Possible po ba yun na application na kapag yun, in-open yung application na yun, automatic na siya sa live stream namin ko-connect?
Okay. So actually, may mga application na ginagawa ng gano'n, no? So it's possible na you can video stream, no? Yung mga live, no, na ginagawa. Possible 'yan. No?
Ayun po, sa isa pong tanong, ano po bang masasuggest nyo na dapat na pwede pa namin ilagay sa application na pwede namin gawin? Kasi radio station nga po kami, ano po bang possible na suggestion nyo?
Okay, ang suggestion ko for your company is to have an RSS feed. Yung RSS feed, automatic updated yung user kung ano may yung mga binabalita nyo. Na hindi na kailangan i-click niya, na lumalabas na lang doon sa application. Kung baka pinupush niya yung information going to your Android, to your mobile device. So, yun yung suggestion ko.
Thank you po.
Sige po, last trip po. Siguro.
Sige. Sir, kilala niyo na ako kanina.
May question din na kanina.
Ay, sige. Actually, general to, just an idea. For everyone here na may website, possibly, what if you wanted to complement it with an application, sir? For example, magiging hub siya for our news. It will be a forum as well. It will also be a hub for everything that we do, like, for example, music, videos, and then news, and then etc. And then it can also be a social network within our organization. Now, the biggest question is, sir, kunwari, meron po kaming ganong app na idea, how much would it entail kapag nagpagawa po kami ng ganong application? Kunwari, sir, hindi namin kaya yung ganon ka-extensive na application.
Actually, I have also no idea kung magkano yung kasi depende yan dun sa yung weight nung papagawa niya, no? So, and of course, may computation or estimation, the number of days or months to be spent for developing this mobile application, tapos kung ilan yung gagawa, and ilang target mobile platform, pang Android lang ba siya o pwede ba yan sa ibang devices like iPhone? So, depende talaga.
Siguro, sir, how much siya nagsa-start? For example, Android lang, and then we just need it for hub for our creative things like news and then videos. Just a rough idea po. Will it start ng 10,000 pesos or above pa po ba siya?
Actually, kung may nag-OJT sa inyo na students, it's free. Pero kung depende talaga, no? So kung kilalang developer company, so much more. Siguro baka umabot pa kayo ng 100,000 for that. Pero kung lang siya, parang starting pa lang na gusto niya matuto talaga or something. So pwede din siya sabi mo mga 10,000 or 20,000. Okay.
Meron po ba dito sa side na to? Sir, I'm JP from Diocese of Parañaque. Sir, tanong ko lang if ever kunyari gumawa ako and I decide na i-publish ko siya, yung application na yon. So, di ba sabi niya may bayad yon. If ever kunyari ako yung gumawa, then yung Windows na ginamit is hindi siya license. So, if ever ba meron bang
anong gagawin mo? Android? Android?
Yung app, doon genuine lang yung Windows na ginamitan niya. If ever may effect ba yon sa ginawa niya application or pwede ka ring may mahuli ko or what? Hindi
Okay, so when you build a mobile application, wala yung connection kung may license yung machine mo, kung hindi license, walang effect yon. Walang kinalaman doon sa application mo.
Okay po.
Kaya hindi ka mahuli pag ginawa mo.
Okay. Okay po. And this, secondly, sir, tanong ko lang, if ever, kunyari, mag-start ka ng gumawa ng application for Android, meron yung, di ba, kunyari, SDK, may mga version ba lahat yon? Kunyari, kasi lahat naman ng lahat ng mga tools na gagamitin for the application sa Android is iba-iba. Yung iba naman, downloadable lang naman siya for free. Pero meron po ba, tulad sa inyo sir, ano po yung ginagamit yung version?
Kanina, no,
Opo.
yung dinemo ko, it's Gingerbread, no? 2.3.3. So, kasi yan yung karamihan na ino-offer ngayon in
Opo.
Smart Globe Sun, no? Yung Gingerbread. Pero if you want to run your application in most of the Android devices, like for example, kung meron pang iba pang lower version do sa Gingerbread like Froyo, no? So, I suggest you use the lower version, yung mga ganyan, yung 2.1 or 2.0. Kaso, the problem there is limited yung features na magagamit mo. So, hanggang doon lang. So, kung ang gagawin mo lang naman is just to display yung mga text, to display an image, so pwede yun. Pero kung more features like accessing the camera or yung mga calendar, then kailangan mo ng higher version of Android.
Thank you
Okay.
po. Thank you. Last two po. Last two po siguro. Take this chance to ask and be enlightened.
Actually, no, if you
Okay po.
if you plan to, meron kasi tinatawag na HTML5. Narinig nyo na yan? Okay, HTML5, this is new technology that can be used to any devices. No? Yung mga lumalabas na mga ngayon devices, meaning tawag dito is cross-platform. So kung meron kang device na iOS or BlackBerry or Android or Nokia S40, okay? Tatakbo na siya kahit saan mo ilagay yon, no? So, yan yung parang future language, na programming language, yung HTML5. Now, kung ano yung nagagawa yung ginagawa natin ngayon, yung Android, nagagawa ngayon doon sa HTML5. HTML5 contains yung tinatawag na HTML, CSS3, and JavaScript. So, if you are familiar already dun sa mga technology na yon, yung HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, then siguro I suggest you look for HTML5. No? So, pag yun pag-aralan nyo kasi, yun yung magiging trends din. No? Yung cross-platform of your mobile devices. So, mas maganda pag-aralan din yan, HTML5. Actually, meron ding mga competition for that. So kung search lang ka sa internet, marami ding ng mga challenge, no? To develop this HTML5 application.